Hey, what's up, everybody? Uh, Welcome back. It has been a while. It has been since October that I have posted something, and yeah, in a nutshell, I moved. I had to take care of shit. Shit is taken care of. I'll make a separate video for that later. But we're gonna do something a little different today. I'm still gonna do the whole react to songs blindly like I normally do, but I'm also just gonna go over albums that I've really been fucking enjoying lately. And one of those albums is it's only been out for a couple of days now, but it's been basically just blasting rent free if I'm in my head, or if I'm walking around the house, if I'm in the gym, if on the way to work, I either got an earbud in, either got an earbud in playing it, or it's playing in the car. It's completely just become the soundtrack of my last couple of days. I'm playing it at the office, and people are freaking the fuck out because they don't know what to think of it. And that is Liturgy of Death by Mayhem, the undisputed champions of Norwegian black metal. And yeah, they really fucking are to me. You can't change my mind. Um, so this serves as a follow up to Demon. I can't remember the year that came out. I'll post it, pop it somewhere around it here somewhere. That album came out a couple many years ago now at this point, and it was a damn good album. It had a lot of fucking fun elements to it, and a couple things that I was like, you could have done something a little different here, or maybe this would have better been positioned here in the catalog instead of right here at this point. I don't know. But we're gonna go ahead and get into talking about this. We're just gonna go over it, the pros, the cons, anything, anything like that. We're gonna have fun with this. It's gonna fire from the fucking hip. So when I think of black metal, if you were to ask me, hey, you know, what is it about black metal you love? And it's that pure primal raw energy to it. Is like, people just they would literally record just using the most primitive shitty methods imaginable, and they made some of the most memorable music. Look at fucking Dark Throne, look at fucking Dark Funeral, Emperor. Emperor was a bit more refined, to be fair, but a lot of these guys, they would just, they were so primitive. That's what drew me into it. It was primal, feral. It was fucking amazing. And Mayhem, they were no fucking different. And the Live at Leipzig album just confirmed it to me. These guys are fucking insanity. Yeah, for it. So, Liturgy of Death opens with, let's see, Ephemeral Eternity. Look, I don't pay attention to song names sometimes. I blast it and I just let it go. Don't judge me, okay? Name 3 songs you're a poser. Okay, fuck off. So, this song, I enjoyed this song because it kind of threw me off as to what I expected an opener of the album to be. A lot of people would expect a band like Mayhem. They could charge straight out of the gate 300 beats per minute with a Hellfire black metal assault. Instead, they did this, and it's got a very, it's got a very like, it's got a lot of ambiance to it. It's very symphonic without making them symphonic black metal. If you get my drift. It's got really good ambiance to it. It's really creepy, really haunting, like something like sort of like the intro to Bram Stoker's Dracula from the 90s with Gary Oldman. Just that very ominous, foreboding sound to it, right? And throughout the album, a lot of this is really present and really prevalent right here, right? Like with that, but just shy of making them a symphonic black metal band. They're gonna leave that for Emperor. Mayhem is Mayhem. They do what they want. Okay, they're allowed at this point. And then the rest of the rest of the band joins in. Shortly after the song opens, and it really kind of lends to the orchestral elements going on in the background. Sort of clashing against the guitars. If I had to pick one nitpick, honestly, so far, I would say that the some of the guitars get kind of lost in the mix in the background of the ambiance, the orchestra elements, right? The symphonic elements. The guitars kind of take a back seat. The drums, not so much. The drums are still good. You can't silence that man. Um, and again, this is another thing that surprised me. Attila, he could have came in, with the most, you know, ear shattering screeches, shrieks, black metal vocals imaginable. Instead, he comes in with his, his very haunting operatic voice, and it is just, I had a buddy of mine a couple of years ago who was also a fan of Mayhem. He said he described Attila as the black metal Bruce Dickinson. When you think about it, excuse me. When you think about it, he really fucking is. He actually, his vocal range is so insane. Like there's obviously some limits. He cannot hit. I've not yet heard him hit super high falsetto notes like Bruce Dickinson does. But the fact that he can go from those operatic, like almost, I'm gonna say they're like Italian style, like what you'd hear in an Italian opera house, you know, and then go into the very, very typical, and not in a bad way, but the way what you'd expect a black metal vocalist to sound like, the screeches, the shrieks, the highs, the blood curdling. I don't know how the man does it, but he does it. All right. Um, and to me, that's why I regard him as one of the most powerful frontmen in black metal to this day. Like, some people might argue that, oh well, he's not true black metal because he doesn't do just screams all the time. You're an idiot. Shut up. Whatever. Um, hmm. Another really good song that I enjoyed was, and this is a really good prominent example of, the instrumentation kind of. Well, in this case, we hear the instrumentation really. It tries to fight its way to the front, but at the same time, I feel like it does get a little drowned in the mix. At least for my audio, it does. Aeon's End, and it's a really good song. It's got really haunting, guitar work and everything like that that accompanies along well with, the sort of backdrop of the music and everything like that. And bonus, around the, I think it's the 3.5 minute marker, we get a little guitar solo, and depending on what you're listening on, if you're listening to headphones, a little more clear, you can hear the guitar solo a little bit better. If I'm listening in my car, my car speakers are nice, but sometimes it gets a little like, okay, like, feel like the guitar solo kind of got a little lost. But once again, this is one of those moments where you don't want one to overpower the other. And as someone who has, helped produce this kind of shit before and has made his own music like this before, it's a fine balance to strike. So, which on that note of production, one thing about this album that I really do love is overall the production of it. Now, there's gonna be a lot of people out there, like the black metal purists, who are gonna say, if you don't, oh, they're recording using modern, they're not recording into a shitty tape jack, they're fucking posers. Look, we have the technology now to record better. Okay, I'm sure if black metal would have started now instead of back when it started, they'd record what we have now. Okay, it's okay to get with the times, people. All right, just take it for what it is. Okay, be happy. At this point, realistically, we should still be happy that Mayhem is giving us music. Okay, all the shit that they've been through, and they're still giving us good music too. Realistically, this whole album, start to finish, to me, is one of the better ones I've heard from them in years. Is it Demysterious or Demysterium? No, it's fucking not. You're never gonna capture that lightning twice right there. I mean, for a lot of people, that was their first exposure to true black metal, was that album. Just the haunting image of the purple church and the black background. It was just haunting. This right here, and if you're new to Mayhem, this is a good album to fucking start with right here and work your way back. Like, this is a really good album. Um, Minor, I can't really think of too many other like minor nitpicks with the album. Overall production quality was good. Like I said, instrumentation did get a little lost here and there within, for the sake of ambiance. All in all, do I think this is Is it their best album? No, but is it within like one of their best albums? Without question. This is an absolutely phenomenal entry into Mayhem's catalog. And, I think, you know, it's very obvious there were no filler tracks, right? Everything, all the songs worked well together. They melded well together with each other. Nothing felt forced. Nothing felt like, oh fuck, we just gotta, just trim pick for 1,000 fucking seconds, and we'll put it on there. We'll call something. No, there was. You can tell that there is intent and direction with how they're going. Like I said, all the guitars and the ambiance, they lend a very haunting, evil vibe to it, but it's not a sort of chaotic evil. It's a very like foreboding evil, right? It's what I'm really liking about it. Honestly, the whole album just has a very evil kind of vibe to it, and I fucking love it. So yeah, that was it's a good fucking album. I'd highly recommend you check it out. Mayhem, if you see this, fuck, props to you guys. You guys did a fucking amazing job with this album. Um, and to anyone out there saying it all sounds the same, look, they don't need to reinvent themselves. Just be happy we're still getting Mayhem. This is Mayhem doing what Mayhem does best, and I'm happy for it. So that is all I have got for you today. So if you found this review helpful, if you think I'm a total asshole, I don't care. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about it. Or if you agree or you disagree, punch me in the nose. I really don't care. Enjoy the rest of your night, and